Thanks for your support, you are amazing. Let's hit 10,000 subscribers, and I'll give away a $100 worth prize every week, or $100 cash if the gift can't be delivered to you. Subscribe and turn on the notifications for original stories every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, only on Epicenter of Horror channel. Now let's begin. As I sat alone in the heart of the cemetery that fateful night, little did I know that nature had a sinister plan in store for me. The sky had grown ominous, and an electric charge hung heavy in the air. The impending storm rumbled with a ferocity that sent shivers down my spine, like the rumbling of some ancient, vengeful god. I had ventured into the graveyard seeking solitude, a place where I could ponder life's uncertainties among the sleeping souls of the departed. But as the first drops of rain began to fall, I realized that my quest for introspection was about to take a terrifying turn. The thunderstorm roared, and bolts of lightning cracked the sky, illuminating the cemetery's ominous silhouette. The rain came down like a torrent, pelting the headstones and drenching me to the bone. Fear wrapped its icy fingers around my heart as I saw the gravestones come to life in the eerie, sporadic light. Amid the chaos, I glimpsed figures, apparitions perhaps, or trickery of my imagination. They materialized among the tombstones, their forms twisted and unnatural, seemingly drawn from the nightmares of the dearly departed. Some were hunched and gnarled, while others glided eerily above the ground. I tried to make sense of what I was witnessing. Were these tormented souls seeking release? Or was this the manifestation of something far more malevolent? I couldn't be sure, but one thing was certain. I was trapped in a macabre theater of the supernatural, with no escape in sight. The thunderstorm intensified, and the heavens unleashed their fury upon the cemetery. Panic set in as I realized that the gate was my only way out. But the thought of touching that gate, with lightning dancing menacingly above, petrified me. The ground beneath my feet felt charged with an unnatural energy, as if the storm had infused it with the wrath of 1,000 souls. I cowered among the graves, drenched and trembling, praying for the tempest to relent. But the unearthly figures showed no sign of retreating. They circled me, their hollow eyes fixed upon my trembling form. The night felt endless, and I, a mere mortal, was powerless against the forces that surrounded me. In that desolate cemetery, where the living were outnumbered by the restless dead, I learned a lesson that I would carry with me forever. In the heart of a thunderstorm, where the boundary between the living and the departed blurs, the human spirit can be both fragile and resilient, and the darkness within our own souls can be as chilling as the stormy night itself. I huddled among the cold, wet gravestones, unable to tear my gaze away from the grotesque, ghostly figures. It was as if I had unwittingly stumbled upon a spectral gathering, a congregation of the deceased that transcended the boundary between the realms of the living and the dead. They seemed to communicate in eerie, whispering moans that carried on the wind, sending shivers down my spine. Each flash of lightning revealed more detail, and the torment etched into the faces of these unearthly beings became painfully clear. Some appeared as if they had met tragic, untimely ends, their forms twisted in grotesque agony. Others bore wounds, as if they were reliving the moments of their demise over and over. As time passed, a sense of foreboding deepened within me. I began to question whether I had inadvertently stumbled upon a cursed graveyard, where lost souls were bound to this world by some malevolent force. The storm raged on, and I feared that my presence in that haunted place had awakened something dark and vengeful. Desperation gnawed at my resolve. The need to escape became overwhelming, but the gate remained my only way out, and it lay tantalizingly close, yet unreachable due to the ceaseless storm. The rain continued to pour, and the deafening thunder made the very air vibrate with dread. Every step I took toward the gate felt like an agonizing eternity, as if I were wading through an abyss of despair. I could feel the electricity in the air intensify with each passing second, warning me of the deadly consequences that awaited any misstep. The gate stood there like a guardian between worlds, and I, a mere intruder in a ghostly realm, was paralyzed with fear. In that nightmarish moment, As the storm and the apparitions closed in around me, I felt an overwhelming sense of isolation. My pleas for mercy went unanswered, and I was left to grapple with the chilling realization that, for that one terrifying night, I was neither wholly among the living nor the dead. It took what felt like an eternity, but the storm finally began to wane. As the rain ebbed and the thunder retreated, the ghostly figures slowly dissipated into the darkness, like whispers fading in the wind. I took my chance, trembling with fear, and made a dash for the gate. The moment I touched the cold iron bars, the world exploded in a blinding flash of light and deafening thunder. I collapsed outside the cemetery, soaked and shaken to my core, but I was free. The storm had passed, and with it, the malevolent forces that had held me captive. Though I had escaped that accursed night, the memory of the cemetery, the apparitions, and the relentless storm would forever haunt my dreams, a reminder that the line between the living and the dead is sometimes thinner than we dare to imagine. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for me and like this video. Keep it creepy and see you next time.